Good evening. So, I wanted to do a quick podcast on the current state of the world, the markets, commodities, gold, silver. Where is it all going? I haven't got anything to show you that I think is worth making a video about. So I just thought I'd make another podcast and let's talk about what's going on right now. I mean, I don't know about you, but this is just the most insane time. We are seeing things happen in the economy, in the world, wars, corporate institutions collapsing, inflation surging, supply chain issues, food missing off shelves. We can't get drivers for our lorries. There's no petrol. You know, is there any more that can go wrong? And yet, still, with all these fundamentals, all these economic fundamentals happening, it's, for us gold and silver, precious metal stackers, price is going down. And the dollar is gaining strength, But, I mean, just recently, you've had this, obviously, the Evergrande company's collapsed, Chinese property developer, and, $300 billion in debt, hundreds of unfinished residential buildings. In a nutshell, is this the trigger, or is this the beginning of a 2007-8 type meltdown collapse? And I find it fascinating that it's kind of being swept under the carpet and it's just sort of being lauded as a one-off, and it's not contagious by the US Federal Reserve, Powell, in his speech. It's kind of, they're trying not to panic everyone, but I just feel there's either, there's kind of two schools of thought at the moment that seem to be happening. You've got this modern monetary theory, MMT, where central banks, governments pump money, keep everything, save everyone. Let's just let's not let anyone fail. And this is the way of modern society. We don't want to go back to 2008 ever again, where you've got crashes, Lehman Brothers collapsing, people walking down the street carrying cardboard boxes with their office, bits and bobs being booted out, and lots of. We don't want that, so we'll save everything. No business can fail. We'll pump money into a QE, whatever you want to call it, pumping money to Affinity to keep everything going on life support, and we'll just carry on like that, and it'll all just fizzle away, and everyone will be happy and carry on. And that feels like what's happening now. All the economic fundamentals to me point towards, like, gold shouldn't be crashing, silver shouldn't be going down, I mean, any asset, that's a true store of value, should be doing better. And I'm now, we're seeing obviously oil is going up. That's pushing prices up here in the UK. I just see at the petrol station, we're touching 140 a litre, £1.40 now, probably more in other places. And yet there's this narrative that we're sort of constantly pumped by the media. It's all okay, keep quiet, don't worry, carry on, and it's normal, and it's hard, it's very hard to think, what is going on. It's hard to play these markets, hard to see buying opportunities, physical metals, whatever you're into, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, I don't know, copper, because it's so volatile, and the market almost does whatever. Actually, I'm almost at the point where I'm whatever the market does, so whatever happens, whatever event is happening, and I feel that that should cause X to happen, and I will position myself for X, I might as well do Y. I might as well do the complete opposite, because that's what's happening. Things go down when they should be going up. Things are going up when they should be going down. And there seems to make no sense. And I don't think I can't be alone. And I don't think, if you're finding it difficult to find the right moment to invest in anything, or even buying, some 1 ounce bullion silver coins, I'm just sat here thinking, do I want to put my money in now at $22? It's pretty darn good. It's down from 30, and just go on a massive cost averaging exercise for all the stuff that I bought at, $27, $28. And or am I going to sit here and wake up Monday morning and see it at like sub $19? Or are we going to suddenly see the dollar lose strength, go back down any moment, and then that could create a high surge in precious metals, Are we going to see Bitcoin and all the cryptos start losing faith? Bitcoin's obviously lost a little bit, but it's just up and down, and obviously a lot of people feel that money's gone out of Bitcoin, out of gold and silver, and into cryptos, and that's what's caused their issues, and that's what's investor sentiment in precious metals is not as strong as it normally is in these situations of uncertainty because of the crypto effect. But in a nutshell, I'm trying to talk about my feelings in right now. It's very tempting to pull the trigger on gold and silver given the price retractions. We're looking at 17.45, 22.29 for silver. Good prices if you could say if you overpay 3 to 6 months ago, but I just feel it's actually I feel I'm going to wait. I just need to see how this plays out the next month. I really feel like we're coming to like the pinnacle. We're coming to the peak of whatever's happening, and it's just going to take a couple of triggers. This Evergrande is like one. We've got inflation looming. I want to see another inflation report. That's what I want to see, and see where we are in the US, UK. We've reported highest inflation for 10 years, up to 3.2%. Everyone's carrying on. I go in a shop. I'm looking at 4 pints of milk was 89 pence last year. Now it's £1.49. I mean, everyone's just carrying on as it's normal. It's all great. It's all fine. No mention of anyone struggling. No mention of families, defaulting in debt. The housing bubble. Everything's going wonderfully. It's all just sort of hunky-dory, but yet this inflation I am seeing around me in every single thing I buy. My builder that I've got doing work on my house just put his prices up about 3%, just said I've got to pay for materials or costs, and in the grand scheme of things, putting his hourly rate up, £1.80 an hour or something is not gonna change things that much, but it's all a knock-on effect. That's money less that we've got. And money in the bank, money in the bank, your cash in the bank now, you've got, let's say you've got £1,000 in the bank and you're getting 0.5% on some high interest account. Inflation, is it 5% US, about 3% UK? Your money is being taken away from you and you don't even know it. So you would have thought people would have been looking like hook or by crook to put their money into real stores of wealth, like gold, trusted store of value, 5,000-year-old. And of course, if you're coming into gold, I guess you're looking at the price and you're thinking, it was 2,000 and now it's 1745. It's not having a great year, bit sideways. But I suppose, you on the flip side, you could say 1745, 17. Let's say you've got this range at the moment, 1750 to 1800ish is still a good price. Overall, it's up. But I think like I went back to at the beginning, the economic and world fundamentals of the economies at the moment would suggest that gold and silver should be rocketing with inflation. But if it's all transitory and it's just a supply chain one-off, and everyone's going back to normal, it's going to be great, then maybe they just don't see it as a need to invest, and money's just coming out of these commodities, gold and silver. And if it keeps going like this, then those prices I think were going to go down again, and we could see back under 1700, back into 1600. But it's whether we break, below 1650 and start going, that will be incredibly strong, important resistance level. And I think there'll be so many people piling in on the way down. It's going to be a real fight. So anyway, I'm going to go and wrap this up. Just to kind of rant about where I am with it all at the moment, and I am thinking very strongly about buying. I am sort of primed to buy gold and silver, but I'm just not happy with the state of the market at the moment. And whether, I look online, I see bullion deals, the prices are, they're a bit better, but they're not. They're still whacking that premium on there. They're still nearly touching £30 for a Britannia. I'm seeing a lot of bullion sites. It's a couple of pounds cheaper, but the premium is still super brutal. So I feel, it's just, I want to see a prolonged, significant drop in the gold silver prices for, a good month or so before I think about buying, and I see how things play out. There's too many fundamental factors that could affect it but anyway, I hope you found this video podcast interesting. Leave us some feedback and comments, give us a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe. It really helps me know that people are interested in my content. And bye for now.